we have discussed about how our SMEC to PC will work. SMEC to PC कैसे work करेगा? What are the basic terminology we have seen? What is the architecture of this SMEC to PC? Then we have seen what are the instructions, what are the memory reference instructions, what are the jump instructions, what are the register reference instructions. These three types of instructions we have seen and how they are working. And then we have seen that if we will execute our instruction in sequential execution, then what time it will take, how we will execute it sequentially, and then we have seen if we will execute it in pipeline, then how it will be executed. So pipeline execution कैसे हो? That we have seen. This we have seen earlier. So pipeline execution में क्या होगा? That is the important point that we need to understand. That for pipeline execution, fetch instruction, first instruction will be fetched, then that instruction will be decoded, that instruction will be executed, then memory reference, memory access, and then store results. So we have taken example of over here 4-stage instruction pipeline. Sorry, 5-stage instruction pipeline. Instruction pipeline is of 5 stages. We have divided our instruction in 5 stages. So at this particular moment, you can say that time equal to t equal to 2. One instruction is in decoding stage and second instruction is in fetch phase. The same way, for at a time equal to 3, your particular instruction, first instruction is execution phase, second instruction is in decoding phase, and fourth instruction is there in fetch phase. So like that, your pipeline will be executed. So now we are going to discuss each and every stage in detail. So till now we have discussed, till up to this particular point we have discussed in our previous lecture that what is the SMEC, what is the instruction format, and what is all that, everything about this basic architecture. What is the size of register that we are going to use? There are how many registers are there? Registers. So that whole thing we have discussed. And we will consider over here our memory is byte addressable. Sorry, our memory is not byte addressable. Our memory is word addressable. Word, हम यहाँ पे, what is the size of word? Size of word we will consider over here. It is 32-bit. Okay. Till now everything is okay. Is my voice is clear and PPT is visible to you all? Is my voice is clear and PPT is visible to you all? Yes or no? Okay. I division students. Okay. Okay, now let me go to the PPT. Okay. So this is a phase 1. What step number 1? Fetch instruction from instruction memory. So as we have already considered that there are 2 memory we will use. One memory to store our instruction, and that is called instruction memory. And one memory we will use to store data. So in our this SMEC to PC example, we are using this 2. So from program counter, we will get the address of our next instruction. तो मेमोरी में से कौन सी इंस्ट्रक्शन कौन से एड्रेस पे से आपको वो इंस्ट्रक्शन फेच करनी है. So that address you will get from program counter. So this address we will transfer in one of the register that is called instruction memory address register. Then we will read our instruction. So we will access now instruction memory. Address is available over here. So based on this address, we will access this particular address and read signal will be activated. So this instruction will be read and it will be stored in this instruction register. तो आपकी पूरी जो इंस्ट्रक्शन होगी वो यहाँ पे आ जाएगी. आपकी इंस्ट्रक्शन 32 बिट की इंस्ट्रक्शन है. तो 32 bit instruction will be now in this instruction register. 32 bit instruction will be now available in our instruction register. And from here, it will go to the next step that is called decoding step. So this will be your step number one, fetch instruction. So while we are fetching this instruction, simultaneously, what we are doing, once this address will be transferred into the memory address register, we will increment our address by one. Because once, suppose we are having two instructions, let's say that we are having n number of instructions. So first, let's say that we are right now discussing add instructions. So once this address of add instruction is transferred into this register MAR instruction memory address register, ये जो address इसका जो भी address होगा XYZ, once it will be transferred, then after this address, from which address we are going to execute next instruction. So next instruction will be from XYZ plus 1. तो आपकी next instruction कहाँ से execute होगी? So next instruction, so that we have to increment our program counter. So program counter को increment करने के लिए हमको हमारे पास यहाँ पे क्या होगा? So we have to add this program counter. So program counter plus 1. That will give you the next address, and this will be stored again into program counter. ये हम वापस कहाँ पे store करेंगे? So this needs to be stored again into program counter. If your execution is sequential, your program execution is sequential. Okay, next, what we will do over here? So now what will happen? So this is all this operation will be done in one clock cycle. ये सब कुछ कितने टाइम में हो जाएगा? This whole operation. What are the operations that we are performing over here? Program counter will be transferred to this memory address register. From that memory, instruction memory, we will take instruction and transfer this instruction into instruction register, and we will increment program counter by 1, and then that will be stored in NAR, that is the next address register. So this all three steps will be done in one clock cycle only. ये तीनों steps, ये तीनों task होंगे वो कब complete हो जाएंगे? So it will be completed. It will require only one clock cycle. Over here, actually, we have assumed that our memory is word addressable. हमने यहाँ पे assume क्या किया है कि हमारी memory है वो भी क्या है? Word addressable है. Word addressable memory का meaning क्या है? कि आपके जो एक location है, so what is the meaning of it? Suppose this is our memory. Each and every memory location contain one word. तो यहाँ पे वन वर्ड का मीनिंग हम क्या कंसीडर करेंगे? 32 बिट. अगर आपकी मेमोरी है, हमने यहाँ पे ऐसा एज्यूम किया हुआ है दैट आवर मेमोरी इज वर्ड एड्रेसेबल. सो इट मींस दैट फ्रॉम ईच एड्रेस यू विल गेट योर इंस्ट्रक्शन मेमोरी तो हमारी है वो वर्ड एड्रेसेबल है. सो इट मींस दैट फ्रॉम ईच एड्रेस यू विल गेट न्यू इंस्ट्रक्शन. इफ योर मेमोरी इज अ बाइट एड्रेसेबल, आपकी मेमोरी अगर बाइट एड्रेसेबल है तो क्या होगा? तो चेंज क्या हो जाएगा? यहाँ पे सिर्फ चेंज क्या होगा? सो इट मींस दैट बाइट नंबर 1, बाइट नंबर 2 एंड बाइट नंबर 3 एंड बाइट नंबर 4, दिस विल रिप्रेजेंट योर वन इंस्ट्रक्शन. तो आपकी ये जो इंस्ट्रक्शन होगी दैट विल बी योर वन इंस्ट्रक्शन, एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट that means that now for next instruction you have to increment your program counter by 4 if your memory is byte addressable. So that is just for your information that what we are doing in fetch phase. Fetching में हम क्या करते हैं? What are the operations that has been done by your processor in this first phase? पहला जो stage है step number 1, fetching में क्या होता है? So is it clear? Fetching of instruction. So fetching of instruction, there are, you can say that 3 tasks that has been done in one clock cycle. यहाँ पे एक clock cycle में ये सब कुछ हो जाएगा. So everything will be completed in one clock cycle. Okay. Okay. So step number 2. So what is the step number 2? Step number 2 is decode instruction. So instruction will be fetched and instruction has been already stored. Previously, जो step number 1 था उसमें हमने instruction कहाँ पे store की थी? Instruction has been already stored in instruction register. Or instruction is already there in instruction register. So based on the format of instructions, whether your instruction is register type instruction, whether your instruction is memory type instruction, so that will be decided based on the code. आपकी instruction कौन से type की है वो कहाँ से decide होगा? opcode के basis पे. Opcode के basis पे decide होगा that what is your instruction. Instruction is register reference, register type instruction, memory type instruction. So that will be decided based on this opcode. Okay. So after this, deciding whether the instruction is memory reference, register reference, or jump type instruction, now we need to find out, we need to perform few operations. If your instruction, so in this step, instruction is decoded and operand fields of these instructions are used to read a value from specific registers. तो सपोज मैंने यहाँ पे कोई इंस्ट्रक्शन लिखी हुई है, सो रजिस्टर फाइल्स है हमारे पास 32 बिट का रजिस्टर सेट है. व्हाट इज द साइज ऑफ अवर रजिस्टर सेट? 32 बिट रजिस्टर सेट. R0 to R31. तो इसमें से कौन सा रजिस्टर हमको एक्सेस करना है? व्हाट रजिस्टर यू हैव स्पेसिफाइड एज ऑपरेंड 1 as operand 2. So according to that, particular register will be selected and then its content will be stored in B1 and B2. ये दोनों रजिस्टर में उसका कंटेंट आएगा. So that is based on this instruction type. If your instruction, so that is in step number 2, decoding instruction, what we will do, the least significant 16 bits of memory type instruction. अगर आपकी इंस्ट्रक्शन मेमोरी टाइप की इंस्ट्रक्शन है, if your instruction is memory type instruction, then this least significant 16 bit will be stored. So least significant 16 bit will be stored in one of the register that is called immediate memory access register. So IMM, immediate, IM for immediate, M for memory. So immediate memory access register में ये हम ये 16 bit यहाँ पे store हो जाएगी. And 21 to 25. Bit number 21 to 25. So bit number 21 to 25 is representing your operand 1. So operand 1 will be stored in B1. Operand 1 कहाँ पे store होगा? B1 में. And bit number 16 to 20 is representing your operand 2. Operand 2 will be stored in B2. आपका जो भी रजिस्टर यहाँ से आपने मेंशन किया हुआ है, सपोज आपने मेंशन किया R3, यहाँ पे मेंशन किया हुआ है R5. R3 and R5 will be stored instruction register type होगी, memory type होगी. In this case, you require this kind of thing. So decoding stage, you require this kind of thing. So decoding stage में क्या होगा? B1, B2 will be initialized. B1, B2 are nothing but they are registers, temporary register that has been used by our processor. So B1, B2 की वैल्यू आपको यहाँ पे मिलेगी. B1, B2 will be initialized as well as if your instruction is memory type instruction, then and then only IMM, immediate memory register will be initialized. So that is step number 2. Next step, step number 3. Step number 3 में क्या होगा? Execution of our instructions. Instruction will be executed. Instruction will be executed. So what will happen in execution of instruction? So R7. You mentioned these 3 operand. So according to this, your operand R3 is your operand number 1 and R5 is your operand number 2. So which has been already stored during the previous stage. वो दोनों कहाँ पे स्टोर होंगे? B1 and B2. B1 में ऑलरेडी आपके पास क्या होगा? R3 due to the step number 2 and यहाँ पे B2 में क्या होगा? R5 due to the step number 2. So step number 2, due to that you will have this B1 equal to R3 and B2 equal to R5. Are you getting any problem? Is my screen is visible? I have just changed just to check it. Is everything is okay? Are you getting the things in both division? We have learned 2 stages. I division students, are you getting it? Yes, it might be possible. Sometime it is lacking, but right now, well, it. I'm. That's why I'm trying to speak as much as slow. Okay. So is it clear? Both steps are clear. Step number one and step number two. We have learned two steps. Step number one and step number two. Is it clear? Step number one and step number two to all of you in both the class H and I. Look, if you are not replying anything, yes or no, how I will get this information? Whether you are getting or not. Say, at least reply with yes or no. If you are getting, then reply with yes. If you are not getting, then reply with no. Is it clear? We have learned two steps. Step number one and step number two. Yes, I am explaining step number three. Step number three is still not done. Just two steps I have explained. Step number one and step number two. Okay, I am explaining step number three again. Okay, so step number three, what will happen? Execution. So now in execution, your instruction is there in execution. So in execution में क्या होगा? So add instruction is there suppose. So we are having this operand, add, subtract, multiplication, division. Whatever instruction is there, we will have your operand over here. Control signal will be generated by your processor, and according to that, your operand will be selected. So from here, B1 will be selected, and from here, B2 will be selected. There are two multiplexers, and this multiplexer are having two input. One of the input is B1, so B1 will be selected, and that will be provided to your arithmetical logical unit. And arithmetical logical unit will perform operation, and your result will be stored in B3. Same way, from this, D2 will be selected, and it will be provided to your so R3 and R5 दोनों का एडिशन हो गया, and that answer is available in now B3. Still it is not stored in R7. R7 में वो भी answer store नहीं हुआ है. This is just there in B3. So if your instruction is this kind of instruction which requires ALU, so that will be executed over here. So वो यहाँ पे execute होगा. Okay? So that instruction will be executed over here. Okay, now if your instruction is increment or H division student and I division, H division student. Is my voice is clear now? Okay, so let me explain step number three once again. Let me explain step number three once again. Am I audible to you all now? Am I audible to you all, H division as well as I division student? Okay. So let me explain step number 3 once again. So step number 3, as I've already explained, that addition. So addition will be performed. So addition will be performed between these two, B1 and B2, then your result will be stored in B3. Now, if your instruction is add, if your instruction is increment or decrement, then what will done by your step number 3? So step number 3 will perform. तो यहाँ पे हम क्या करेंगे? So we will select B1 from here, from this multiplexer. B1 will be selected, and from here, from this multiplication, selected. And then your ALU will perform B1 plus 1. Same way. For B3, what will happen? If your instruction is decrement or BCD, BCT. So what is a BCT? Branch on count terminal. So वो counter आपका decrement करता जाएगा. It will decrement your counter, and then once counter will reach to 0, it will stop executing your loop. It will perform jump operation. But उसके लिए आपको counter को decrement करना होगा. So वो decrement करने के लिए it will require this step -1. So your particular register, let's say that you mentioned decrement R3, decrement, let's say that R5. So R5 will be selected. R in previous step R5 will be stored in RD1. Step number 2 में वो B1 में store हुआ होगा, and then it will be selected over here, and this multiplexer will select 1 -1, so it will be performed over here. So ultimately वो आपको पता है two's complement वाला logic यहाँ पे लगेगा, and then it will perform decrement operation, and your result will be stored over here. So ultimately after this, you will get your decrement or incremented result in B3. So if your instruction is arithmetic instruction, then you will get your result in B3. If your instruction is increment or decrement, or it is a BCT instruction, then you will get your result in B3. Then if it is a branch on equal instruction, तो branch on equal instruction में आपको क्या करना होगा? You have to compare this. So branch on equal instruction generally क्या होगी? Jump if equal, and then suppose you mention यहाँ पे R3, and let's say that you mention R4, then jump to particular location, let's say that 500 or 5000, whatever it is. यहाँ पे क्या होगा? पहले ये दोनों सेम है यानी ये वो चेक होगा R3 and R4. So it will be checked by subtraction. And if your subtraction will result 0, so it will be considered that your both R3 and R4 are same. But यहाँ पे आपको क्या मिलेगा? If both are not same, then according to that 0 flag will be set or it will be reset. So you will get your result in B3. Subtraction का result आपको B3 में मिलेगा, and based on this, you will get whether this B3 equal to 0, then 0 flag will be set. If your B3 is non-zero, then 0 flag will be not set. So according to that, you will get the status from here. And if your instruction is load or store type instruction, अगर आपकी instruction load या store type की instruction होगी तो क्या होगा? So that in this kind you need to calculate effective address. So effective address आपको किसके साथ ऐड करना होगा? V2 के साथ. So again go back to the previous slide. Let me go back to the previous slide. Let me explain that instruction again. तो आपकी अगर instruction load type की instruction है तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा? Y plus R3. R3 means your operand number 2. तो ये दोनों का addition होगा. Same way, if your instruction is store type instruction, then what will happen? R3 plus Y. तो यहाँ पे ये दोनों का addition होगा. So your effective address should be calculated like this. So यहाँ पे effective address calculation कौन से step में होगा? That will be done over here. Step number 3. So calculate effective address. 3 is execution your instruction and calculate effective address. So that is, we are calculating effective address for load and store type instruction. So what will happen in the step number 3? It depends on type of instruction. आपकी instruction कौन से type की है? According to that, so according to this, it will perform operations. तो यहाँ से क्या select होगा? So to perform this operation from this multiplication, immediate memory address will be selected, and from this multiplication, B2 will be selected, and addition will be performed, and your result will be stored in B3. So ultimately, B3 में हमको यहाँ पे if your instruction is memory type instruction, load or store instruction, then effective address will be there in B3. Same way, if your instruction is jump if equal to instruction, then B3 will store result of subtraction. And according to that, your flag will be set. Same way, if your instruction is increment or decrement, so incremented or decremented there in B3. If your instruction is this ALU instruction, then your result will be stored in B3. So that is after step number 3, you will get your result in B3. Same way, now step number 4. So step number 4 will require memory access. So step number 4 में क्या होगा? In step number 4, that is a memory access. So in few of the instruction we require memory access. In not all instruction we require memory access. So जो भी instruction में memory access चाहिए. So ultimately, in this particular step number 4, you can say that we are doing two things. Look, every step will be completed in one clock cycle. Ideally, right now we are considering that each and every step will be completed in a one clock cycle. So यहाँ पे step number 1 में जो होगा, जो भी task हो रहा है, तो ये कितने टाइम में complete हो जाएगा? one clock cycle. Same way, step number 2 में जो भी हो रहा है, वो कितने टाइम में complete हो जाएगा? one clock cycle. Same way, step number 3 में जो task हो रहा है, वो कितने टाइम में complete हो जाएगा? So it will be completed in one clock cycle. So like this, everything will be completed in one clock cycle that we are assuming. ऐसा हम assume कर रहे हैं. Yes, that we are considering right now. So in step number 4, we will divide it into two parts. So first we will access over here. कि यहाँ पे जो memory access होगी आपकी, सब आपकी load या store instruction होगी, तो उसमें क्या होगा? उसमें हम data memory access करने वाले हैं. Effective address आपका कहाँ पे store हो जाएगा? Effective address has been stored in B3. If your instruction is load or store instruction, तो आपको effective address B3 में मिल जाएगा. So B3 में आपको address मिलेगा, वो address हम transfer करेंगे कहाँ पे? Memory address register, data memory address register. So data memory जो हमारी पास है, वो उसमें से कौन सा address access करना है? That information we will get it from here, and then we will access that particular memory location. ये memory location access करेंगे, and this data, whatever data is there, we will transfer into one of the register, and that register is called memory data register. तो ये register में हम data यहाँ पे transfer करेंगे. Okay, so that is if your instruction is load instruction. So आपकी अगर load instruction होगी, तो ये data यहाँ पे आएगा. If your क्या डेटा राइट करेंगे, सो दैट विल बी डन. तो आपका डेटा पहले डेटा रजिस्टर में होगा और वो डेटा हम यहाँ पे राइट करेंगे ऑन दिस एड्रेस. इफ योर इंस्ट्रक्शन इज लोड और स्टोर, देन इट विल हैपन लाइक दिस. सेम वे, इफ योर इंस्ट्रक्शन, so that is in this step the load and store address determined for the branch instruction are carried out. यहाँ पे हम क्या करेंगे? दो टास्क परफॉर्म करेंगे. लोड एंड स्टोर इंस्ट्रक्शन के लिए मेमोरी एक्सेस करेंगे, and for branch instruction we will decide that what will be the address. So branch instruction वाला मैं next slide में आपको explain कर रहा हूँ. First of all, let's understand the load and store instruction. The address for load and store operation was computed in the previous step, step number 3, and effective address has been stored in B3. तो B3 में से कहाँ पे जाएगा? Memory address register में. And then this memory address register we will access our data memory and this data memory. Now if your instruction is load, then that memory will be read and data will be stored in data register. If your instruction is store instruction, तो आपका डेटा कहाँ से आएगा? B1 में से डेटा जाएगा कहाँ पे? B1 में से आपका डेटा जाएगा डेटा रजिस्टर में, and then from data register it will go to your location. This is for load and store instruction. And if your instruction is no other than this, if your instruction is control transfer instruction, jump or like that, तो उसमें क्या होगा, वो branch type instruction, we would find out the address of next instruction. Branch type instruction के लिए हम क्या करेंगे, what will be the address of our next instruction, that will be checked. तो वो कैसे चेक करेंगे? So to check this, what we will do, so वो कैसे calculate करेंगे? So if your instruction is jump instruction, look, step number 4 is common for all, but उसमें instruction wise आपका task different होगा. अगर आपकी instruction है jump instruction है तो क्या होगा? So jump instruction है, so IR0 to IR25 will be selected and it will be transferred to your program counter. ये multiplexer में कौन सी वैल्यू इनपुट में हम देंगे, so we will provide this value as an input. We will select this and then it will be transferred to your program counter. If it is jump, unconditional jump, without checking, then we will directly perform jump operation. तो jump instruction का format मैंने आपको बताया था. Jump instruction है, if you will recall it, तो jump instruction में क्या होगा, सिर्फ opcode होगा, only opcode is there and over here you will have address. Without checking any condition, we will use this address. Whatever address is, तो वो address 0 to 25 bit पे आपका address होगा and that address will be directly provided to your program counter. But if your instruction is JMI, so what is the JMI? Jump if minus. So उसमें हम क्या कर रहेंगे? What we will do over here? So we will check ये जो IR0 to IR25 वो बिट हम यहाँ पे ट्रांसफर करेंगे. बट कब ट्रांसफर करेंगे? इफ योर प्रीवियस इंस्ट्रक्शन रिजल्ट इज नेगेटिव, आपने जो प्रीवियसली रिसेंटली जो इंस्ट्रक्शन एग्जीक्यूट की होगी, whether it is a decrement, addition, subtraction, उसकी वजह से आपका फ्लैग, अगर कौन सा फ्लैग, नेगेटिव फ्लैग मीन्स साइन फ्लैग, अगर आपका साइन फ्लैग है वो 1 होगा. If your sign flag is 1, it means that your answer is negative due to the previous instruction. And if it is the condition, then we will perform jump operation. So jump operation perform करने के लिए वापस क्या करना होगा? So IR0 to 25 को program counter में load करना होगा. In this case again, this will be transferred to your program counter. But if your instruction is JAQ, JEQ or BCD, then what will happen? Equal और ब्रांच ऑन काउंट टर्मिनल. सो ये दोनों केस में हमने क्या किया था प्रीवियसली? वी हैव डिक्रीमेंटेड, यहाँ पे हमने सब्ट्रैक्शन किया था. ये इंस्ट्रक्शन के लिए हमने क्या किया था? B1 minus B2 परफॉर्म किया था और उसका रिजल्ट स्टोर किया था B3 में. एंड बेस्ड ऑन दिस ऑपरेशन योर फ्लैग विल बी सेट और रीसेट. कौन सा? जीरो फ्लैग आपका सेट या रीसेट होगा. So if zero flag was set due to this operation during previous stages, then we will transfer IR0 to IR15. So यहाँ पे IR0 to IR15 कैसे ट्रांसफर करेंगे प्रोग्राम काउंटर में? So this already we have transfer IR0 to IR15 already कहाँ पे होंगे? इमीडिएट मेमोरी रजिस्टर में वो होंगे. So वहाँ से हम इसको डायरेक्टली ट्रांसफर करेंगे. So IR0 to IR15, if you can recall this previous slide, so IR0 to IR15 हमने किसमें ट्रांसफर की है? So IR0 to IR15 we already transfer in IMM during the step number 2. That will be over here. तो अब वो यहाँ से यहाँ पे आपके प्रोग्राम काउंटर में ट्रांसफर होंगे. That is if jump if equal, अगर वो इक्वल होंगे तो. अगर इक्वल नहीं है then it will not transfer, we will not perform jump operation. सेम वे अगर ब्रांच ऑन काउंट टर्मिनल, तो उसमें अगर आपका अपने बट इफ जीरो फ्लैग इज नॉट सेट, देन व्हाट वी विल डू, एल्स में हम क्या करेंगे? वी विल जस्ट इंक्रीमेंट आवर प्रोग्राम काउंटर बाय 1. सो वो ऑलरेडी हमने किया होगा और वो इंफॉर्मेशन हमने कहाँ पे स्टोर की थी? NAR. So NAR will be selected and it will be transferred to your program counter. And if any of the case will not match, so normally अगर jump instruction नहीं है, आपकी normal memory related instruction या addition subtraction instruction है, तो normal case में क्या होगा? हम नॉर्मल प्रोग्राम काउंटर इंक्रीमेंट बाय 1 करंट एग्जीक्यूशन कंप्लीट हो जाएगा। तो वो ऑलरेडी प्रोग्राम काउंटर 1 इंक्रीमेंट करके हमने स्टोर किया था इन AR में, तो वो हम वापस स्टोर करेंगे प्रोग्राम काउंटर। एंड द लास्ट स्टेज ऑफ दिस इंस्ट्रक्शन पाइपलाइन इज स्टोर रिजल्ट। तो स्टोर रिजल्ट में हम क्या करेंगे, जो ALU ऑपरेशन हमने परफॉर्म किया था उसका आंसर कहाँ पे था, ALU एडिशन, सब्ट्रैक्शन, मल्टीप्लिकेशन, डिवीजन। So that answer is already in this D3. So D3 का आंसर हमको वापस कहाँ पे स्टोर करना है, कोई रजिस्टर फाइल में, क्योंकि हम इंस्ट्रक्शन क्या लिखी होगी हमने, add, let's say that add R5, R6 and R7। तो यहाँ पे R7 में हमको रिजल्ट वापस स्टोर करना है। तो D3 में से रिजल्ट R7 में कब जाएगा, यूजिंग स्टेप नंबर 5। If your instruction is ALU operation, then it will store your result of designated register। आपने जो आपका डेस्टिनेशन रजिस्टर सिलेक्ट किया होगा उसमें वो रिजल्ट स्टोर होगा। If your instruction is LDI, LDI means load immediate, तो क्या होगा, आपने जो इंस्ट्रक्शन में एड्रेस स्पेसिफाई किया होगा विच वी हैव ऑलरेडी ट्रांसफर इन इमीडिएट मेमोरी रेफरेंस रजिस्टर, तो वहां से वो अब किस में आएगा, आपके रजिस्टर में। So load immediate. So load immediate का मीनिंग क्या होगा, so your particular data, particular immediate data will be loaded. That is, that will be selected and that will be transferred to your one of the registers. So load immediate. And then your particular effective address will be calculated over here. Effective address will be calculated. So LDI will be 0. ये जो LDI इंस्ट्रक्शन है वो मैं आपको वापस एक्सप्लेन कराऊंगा। लेट मी गो टू दिस LDI इंस्ट्रक्शन। लुक एट दिस LDI इंस्ट्रक्शन में क्या होगा, यहाँ पे आपने क्या मेंशन किया होगा, 0। यहाँ पे आपने क्या मेंशन किया होगा, y। तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, y प्लस 0 ऑलरेडी स्टेप नंबर 2 में होगा। एंड देन योर इफेक्टिव एड्रेस विल बी ओवर हियर। आपका ये इफेक्टिव एड्रेस होगा, सॉरी इट विल बी नॉट इफेक्टिव एड्रेस, इट विल बी योर इफेक्टिव डेटा। तो ये डेटा डायरेक्टली किस में लोड होगा, सो इट विल बी डायरेक्टली लोडेड इनटू योर रजिस्टर R2। तो R2 रजिस्टर में वो डायरेक्टली डेटा लोड होगा 32 बिट का। सो दैट हैज बीन डन बाय स्टेप नंबर 5। तो वो डेटा लोड कब होगा, so when your data will be loaded, data will be loaded in this step number 5 over here. This data will be transferred in one of the register which has been mentioned by your IR21 to IR25। ऑपरेंड 1 आपने जो मेंशन किया होगा उसमें वो डेटा ट्रांसफर होगा। एंड सेम वे इफ योर इंस्ट्रक्शन इज लेट्स से दैट मेमोरी डेटा रजिस्टर, आपने लोड इंस्ट्रक्शन लिखी होगी, तो लोड इंस्ट्रक्शन में डेटा कहाँ पे आया होगा, MTR में। तो अब वो डेटा MTR में से कहाँ पे जाएगा, इट विल गो टू योर वन ऑफ द डेजिग्नेटेड रजिस्टर। बिकॉज आपने क्या इंस्ट्रक्शन लिखी होगी, व्हाट इंस्ट्रक्शन यू हैव रिटर्न, LD इंस्ट्रक्शन में आपने क्या किया होगा, लोड डेटा। Look, you need to understand each and every instruction carefully, then and then only. So load data. तो आपने ये इफेक्टिव एड्रेस कैलकुलेशन यहाँ पे किया, वो मेमोरी एक्सेस की, और वो डेटा आपने किस में स्टोर किया था, MDR में। तो MDR से डेटा आप कहाँ पे जाएगा, MDR से डेटा आप जाएगा रजिस्टर R2 में। तो वो कौन से स्टेज में जाएगा, लास्ट स्टेज में। दैट इज ऑल अबाउट दिस। यू गेटिंग दिस? Step number 5. So this is all our steps, and this is combined. So this is your step number 1 that we have seen, step number 2, step number 3, step number 4, and step number 5. Fetch instruction, decode instruction, and fetch register, then execute instruction, and find effective address, then data memory access. Individual instruction in pipelining. Any doubt in this? Am I clear to you all? Am I clear to you all? Don't leave this meeting. Let me take attendance once. But first of all, reply me. Is it clear? All the 5 stages. Understand it very carefully. What are the, and what we have assumed right now, what we have considered, that each and every stage are taking same amount of time. And that is time is 1 minute. पे यहाँ पे कितना टाइम कंसीडर कर रहा है? Each and every stage is taking same amount of time, and that is 1 minute. Just be in this meeting last 1 minute. Let me take attendance.